Hello stars, welcome back to the channel, or if it's your first time here, welcome. This is Gwendolyn, and this video is going to be a monthly Tarotscope for Pisces for the month of October. So I'm just going to shuffle a little bit and then we'll get right into the reading. I also want to mention I've got a tarot course coming out this month in a few weeks. On October 25th is the release date, and it's going to be released through Daily Ohm, and it's going to be a card a day, and it goes through the whole major arcana each day. You'll receive a lesson. So I'll talk a little bit more about that at the end of the video, and there'll be a link right here. But I'll just get straight into the reading for Pisces. So, beginning of the month. Looks like maybe you're putting your burdens down. Lots of blue energy, so I'm getting the, blue skies for you guys, as well as blue represents the mental realm, the mental element, so maybe seeing things clearly in your thoughts is kind of what's featured, or having clarity in your thoughts. That could be going on for some of you in October. Just seeing a lot of this blue energy here and here. Let me just lift this up a little bit, see if I can get those on there better. Okay, great. So for the beginning of the month, Pisces, I see this is 10 of Wands right here. And this is, in the upright position, it means like oppression, struggle, carrying a heavy load, feeling tired, feeling like, too much. In the reverse position, and one other thing I'll say is that usually when I see this card, I ask, what can you put down to lighten your load? What's not necessary? What are you carrying that's maybe someone else's, or old stuff, old baggage? What can you put down? In the reverse position, it says you may have resistance, doubt, or fear about putting any of that stuff down. So I'm going to encourage you to lighten your load, Pisces, to ask yourself, what can I do to not feel so overburdened, not feel so overtaxed, not feel so weary. In the reverse position, it can either be a lightening of your load, or it can be resistance to letting any of this go. So whatever's going on, I'm going to encourage you to look at it, say, what's not necessary, what am I carrying that's not mine, how can I lighten my load? And then, because you are seeing things clearly, is kind of what I'm seeing. And then, after you're able to do that, this is you. This is freedom. This is one of the best cards in the deck. This is the World card. So you can see this is you feeling free, feeling triumphant, feeling supported by all the universe. This is you up in the celestial sphere, your higher self, being the real you, being the person who is you inside, and feeling released and free and just kind of like supported by the whole world. This wreath of laurels represents victory and triumph. So it means like incorporating and integrating everything that you know into a life where you feel full and satisfied and complete. That's you. October may be good for that for you, Pisces. It's one of the most positive cards in the deck, and it's upright at the beginning of the month for you. I do see, in some ways, a lack of courage, maybe regarding matters of the heart, and maybe having to do with old heartbreak. This could potentially be a fire sign, so Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. And this, as you can see, is heartbreak, sorrow, disappointment, betrayal. But another meaning so it could be literally like trying to sort of get over, or not having an easy time getting over the heartbreak regarding the fire sign person. But it could also be you having a lack of confidence because of old slights, or old patterns, or old betrayals, disappointments. This guy, Knight of Rods, he's the Knight of Fire, and the Knight of energy, of action, of daring, of courageousness. He just goes for things. He has this courageous, daring drive. And with this coupled with the Three of Swords in reverse, I'm going to say that there may be some blocks to feeling courageous, feeling daring, especially in matters of the heart. And it's having to do with old heartbreaks, old disappointments, betrayals, resistance. That's one area, even though you'll probably most likely be feeling open and free and supported, like feeling like the higher side of yourself, there is a way in which that particular part of you may be feeling a little daunted, a little like hesitant, a little bit, because you're kind of remembering some old stuff. So that's just saying that's what's showing up. I do show that it is a good time in the middle of the month for you to socialize. This is like like-minded people. This is friends and family. Please excuse the noise outside. Someone just drove by. This is friends and family. This is similar hearts, similar minds, like-minded people. This is a great card for celebration, for socializing, going to parties, going to social events, hanging out with your friends, maybe hanging out with your family, just being around people who are like you, who are like-minded. So middle of the month is really featured for that, Pisces. That could be a really fun time for you. I encourage you to go out, socialize, attend parties. But there's a way in which there might be some resistance against sharing your heart with someone, being vulnerable. This is Two of Cups. And this is a love affair card. This is romantic love. This is one of the best cards for marriage. This is literally exchanging hearts with someone else. And I see you in here, Pisces, and I'm wondering, you know, with it in the reverse position, does someone show up in the middle of the month for you that you are hesitant to offer your heart to them? Is there the opportunity for Two of Cups energy, but that your resistance, doubt, fear, resistance, you know, it could be that at one of these social events or parties you meet someone who is available in this Two of Cups relationship, but you shy away from it because out of fear, doubt, resistance, any of that. Or it could be a deepening of your current relationship, but it's out of whack. There's someone who's not participating in that, whether it's you or the other person. There's some sort of resistance to the sharing of hearts. So I'm going to encourage you to see if you can remain open to that. This is one of the most beautiful heart cards there is, and it really means like a union of two hearts. You might actually recognize a truth about that. Something, you may have like a revelation in terms of that. This card, Ace of Swords, is, I call this the Excalibur card, and this is like truth with a capital T. Swords represent mentality and thought, and when there's just this one sword with this crowning victory, you know, this victory crown on top of it, and these laurels of success and knowledge, victory, triumph. This is what Ace of Swords means, like the truth, having a revelation, having the skies open up and you see clearly, aligning with the truth, having something like it's an ace card, so it's a new idea, a new belief, a new way of seeing something, and it could particularly have to do with how you are in partnership, because it's surrounded by these two cards, Two of Cups and Two of Wands. So even the month of October opens with a new moon in Libra, which is all about focus on partnerships. And I'm going to say, Pisces, that with this card, the truth, showing up between these two cards, there's going to be some sort of truth that you realize in the middle of the month of your inability or not strong way of resistance to, fear of balancing partnership with your own personal power and receiving support. Because Two of Wands is about going off on your own spiritual journey, receiving support, feeling confident. That's this Jack of Wands card again. You know, he's the daring one, he's the courageous one. With him in reverse and with the Two of Wands in reverse, it's like saying, I just don't know. I'm remembering this old stuff. I just don't know if I can go forward, be bold or confident or daring. And with this Two of Cups stuff in reverse, it's saying, you know, when I've shared my heart before, stuff has happened. You might come to a realization about how in the past you have either compromised your own spiritual journey, your own courage, boldness, personal power within the exchange of hearts, with being vulnerable, with considering the other person. So I'm really getting the sense, Pisces, that there's this truth that is illuminated for you mid-month between how you balance things in partnership, whether you do it in a way where you can balance partnership with your own self, your own spiritual journey. It's a question worth looking at, and you might have some real insights in the middle of the month. There is a full moon in Aries on the 15th, and that is usually a time of illumination. I'm kind of getting that that's when this is going to be revealing itself to you. And full moon in Aries is in your 12th house, Pisces, so that might be a time of like a spiritual revelation, something to do with balancing your relationships with your own spiritual journey. That's an interesting thing going on there for you in the middle of the month. And then I see too, there's something that's going to need to end. This is death, and you can see that in this card, death cuts the rose off. I don't usually interpret this card as physical death or literal death, but more as transformation. So I'm actually seeing this, Pisces, as your old self. Like, it's almost like saying, I'm no longer going to be that. I'm cutting the cords on that. I'm letting that old chapter go. I'm finishing that. So I'm really seeing this as transformation and letting go of the old self. Like, that's the young you, or that is the former you. You're letting a part of yourself transform into something new. It's like taking the seeds of the rose and replanting them so it becomes another thing, but it's transformed. It's not the same thing that it used to be. It has new life. So it's bringing in new life. And then I see Queen and King here. I'm seeing this as you, Pisces, King of Cups, because you're the water sign. This is an authority in matters of the heart. And whether it's male or female here, you can kind of like interchange these. If you're female, I'm still reading you here. And if you're male, this is you. Likewise, this could be male or female. But I get the sense that there is someone who is a partner who is kind of looking to you for direction, or kind of like she's sitting waiting there for you, or he's sitting there waiting for you, but you're kind of looking off in the other direction. There could be someone waiting for you right here, whether they're either a partner that could be approaching or someone that you're already with, but you're kind of like looking off in the distance, Pisces. So I want you to try to turn around and see who might be waiting for you there. This is often an earth sign, so this could be Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, but whoever this is very practical, very down to earth, very like head of the household kind of energy. They're usually good with like kids and animals, but what I'm seeing is, in some ways, Pisces, you may be like preoccupied with this transformation that's going on with you. Instead of seeing the person who's here waiting for you. You're both in reverse, so you're both like kind of in delay or being held in shadow, or you're there, but it's not coming to the surface. What I think you're going to need to do, Pisces, to correct that, for these two figures to come to the surface, is acknowledge your younger self. Acknowledge, this is sort of like the teenage version of you, Pisces. This is like the adolescent, who I sometimes call this card infatuation. Acknowledging what makes your heart sing, and acknowledging what makes your heart jump, being open, being willing with your heart. That's what page energy is. Page is being enthusiastic, open, willing, and it's especially in regards to matters of the heart or emotion. So I'm going to encourage you, Pisces, instead of just getting wrapped up in your own deal of like how you're transforming, how you're graduating to the new level, how you're integrating this new insight, try to connect with this practical person, whoever it is. Turn around and see them. They're there. They're kind of waiting on you to not just be so focused on your own self, your own transformation. They're ready for you. They're like sitting, waiting, this earth sign person, or just someone who's very practical, down to earth, is waiting for you to show up. I think that if you embrace your younger self. Embrace, when you laughed easily or when you got so excited about something when you were younger. Try to remember what that energy was like, especially what made your heart sing, what made your heart leap. What did you love when you were younger? That's going to give you some insights towards opening back up to kind of correcting this Two of Cups relationship energy, heart energy, and then you become the person who's the master of the heart, the perfect partner, once you address that. So look to your younger self for clues about how you can become more open, more willing, more enthusiastic, more involved with your heart. And that's gonna take care of. I get the sense that you will by the end of the month, Pisces. So that's my reading for you. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did like it, feel free to give it a thumbs up or share it with another Pisces friend who you think might enjoy that message. And if you're subscribed already, thank you. Love my stars. And if you'd like to subscribe, you'll get messages in your inbox when I publish new videos. And then also, just to take a moment, I'm going to be releasing that course I was telling you about, the Learn the Tarot in 22 Days through Daily Ohm. That's going to be coming out October 25th. And if you're interested in learning more about that, I'll have a link up here in the top right corner. It's going to be a lesson a day with each card of the major arcana, with interpretations, reversal interpretations, correspondences to mythology, numerology, astrology, and a video on each card. So if you're interested in that, you can check it out on my website, and that'll be coming out October 25th. So as always, I just want to thank everyone for watching. Yours in the stars.